Have you ever encountered a writer who seems to reach into your soul and expose your deepest fears, doubts, and desires? Fyodor Dostoevsky is that kind of writer, not merely a storyteller, but an unrelenting investigator of the human condition. Born in 1821 in Moscow, Dostoevsky grew up in a household governed by strict discipline and religious devotion. His father, a stern military doctor, was considered tyrannical by some, while his mother provided the emotional warmth that would later shape his empathy for the suffering. Tragedy struck early in his life. His mother died when he was just 16, followed shortly by the suspicious death of his father. These early losses instilled in him a profound sense of sorrow and a fascination with mortality and injustice. Although he was initially trained as a military engineer, Dostoevsky felt an irresistible pull toward literature. His debut novel, Poor Folk, was an immediate success, lauded by critics for its psychological depth and social commentary. But in 1849, his life took a dramatic and nearly fatal turn. Dostoevsky was arrested for participating in a politically subversive discussion group and sentenced to death. On the day of his execution, he was blindfolded and prepared for the firing squad, only to be pardoned at the last moment. This staged execution was a calculated act of psychological torment by the Tsar's regime, and it haunted Dostoevsky for the rest of his life. Instead of death, he was sent to a Siberian labor camp for 4 grueling years. There, he lived among criminals, murderers, and the destitute, an experience that would transform both his faith and his philosophy. He emerged from exile with a new spiritual depth, a sharpened sensitivity to human suffering, and a belief in redemption that would become central to his later work. Dostoevsky's post-exile years were marked by financial instability, chronic illness, and personal tragedy, including the deaths of 2 of his children. Yet, from this turmoil arose some of the most extraordinary works in world literature. His novels were not merely fiction, they were philosophical explorations wrapped in narrative form. Crime and Punishment delves into guilt, morality, and the dangerous allure of rationalism. The Idiot presents a Christ-like figure trying to live virtuously in a corrupt world. The Brothers Karamazov, considered his magnum opus, examines free will, faith, and the eternal struggle between good and evil. What makes Dostoevsky unique is his uncompromising examination of the inner self. His characters are tormented, conflicted, and deeply human. He doesn't offer easy answers. Instead, he compels the reader to confront their own darkness. Dostoevsky died in 1881, but his influence endures. His works have inspired existential philosophers like Nietzsche and Camus, psychoanalysts like Freud and Jung, and writers across the globe. Today, his novels are read not just as literature, but as meditations on what it means to be alive, flawed, and searching.